Today I did my grade 2 ABRSM piano exam. Yesterday morning I felt full of confidence. I knew 2 of the pieces extremely well, one of them not quite as well, but acceptable. It was fine. I was very nervous about the exam, but nothing new there. Slept very well last night, which was a surprise. Woke up this morning, got up, came downstairs, decided to have a little try on my piano, sat down, started to play, realised I couldn't see the music. I couldn't see them because of the big orange lights and yellow flashes starting to move across my vision. I'd started a migraine. I haven't had a migraine now for best part, over a year for sure. Over a year, probably 18 months. And the shock was horrific. There was nothing I could do. I went back to bed and lay quietly on the bed after drinking quite a lot of water and taking a migraine relief tablet, and just waited for the flashes to stop, which I knew they would, usually in less than an hour. Trouble is, at that point I then lose my speech. So that was the next bit to go. Couldn't remember words like migraine. And eventually that started to pass too. But this had all started at 7:15, and my exam was at 9:45, and I had to get to town. Well, eventually they passed, and there was nothing I could do. There was no phone I could ring or anything. So I was safe enough to drive, so I drove down to town, at which point the headache really started to cut in. And I got to the place where the exam was taking place. And I told them, I said, look, I've got a migraine really, but I'm here and I'll have a go. I didn't tell the examiner, but they apparently did. And I went through and I sat down to do my exam. And it was frankly a disaster. I was struggling to see clearly enough. My head was thumping. It was a sick headache with it, so I was feeling a bit queasy. And it was heartbreaking, really, to struggle through and know that I wasn't doing my best. It completely threw my confidence to the point where I was shaking. So what have I done? How have I done? My piano teacher seems to think I probably failed, and I suspect she's probably right. The oral was okay. I managed to squeeze my way through that. Sight reading wasn't good, and I'm usually pretty okay on sight reading. Scales were all right, managed them. But my pieces? No. So what do I do now? I think the heartbreaking thing for me is that if I'd chosen to go down the video route, I could have as many goes as I wanted. But when you do it the old-fashioned way, where you go to the hall and you play, you get 12 minutes. And the examiner, who was lovely, did turn around and say, I wish I had the time to let you have another go, but I don't. So much for that bit on the ABRSM video, where they do let somebody play something a second time. So there's absolutely no leeway whatsoever. And yet, more people are doing the video route. I was talking to the ladies in the hall who register you when you go in, and they were saying they used to be there for 5 full days. That's how many people used to be coming in to take their exams. Now, it was just this morning. Started at 9, last one in at 11:30. That's it. 12 minutes each with the occasional break. So, maybe that's the route I've got to go down in future. But it's a shame, because I won't have to learn scales, and I won't have to learn all the new chords and everything else like that, or do sight reading. And I really would like to do that. So I'm feeling gutted. I've still got the headache, which is going thud, thud, thud. I feel absolutely flattened. and know from history it will probably take certainly another day, possibly 2 days before I start to come back to normal. And I'm just gutted that all that work, migraines just flattened it. So now all I'll have to do is wait however many weeks to find out how I did. But I'm not optimistic. But I did make one decision this afternoon. I got the grade 3 book, and I'm going to start learning that. One way or another, I'll get through grade 3 too. So now, while I can still see but only just, I'm going to go back to bed late at night, and I'm exhausted.